Hey everyone, so another little video for you. I'm really enjoying making these little videos. First off, apologies for my hair because it's hair wash day. So that's a nice little scraped up. It's a bit flyaway. But anyway, onto this one. So this one I'm going to show you how to conceal spots, blemishes. That for me was a big thing. When I found it out, I used to always try and cover my spots and you would go that really dry and you just see the concealer settle around the area until I found this product. I was always using it on my lashes, my eyebrows, as you've probably seen in a few videos before, my lips. But I started using this to moisturise really, really dry parts of my face, things like cuticles, your elbows when they go really dry. So I thought, surely it's going to work for spots, right? So, you know when you get those spots, this one here, I'm very lucky at the moment. My skin is very clear. I think that's down to all the water I've been drinking. I've barely worn makeup, things like that, so it's given my skin time to breathe. So this is the one that popped up right in time for the weekend. As ever, it always pops up when you least want it. Happened on a Monday when I've got nothing to do. But no, bam, Friday morning, they're ready for the weekend. But it's really, really quick and easy to conceal them. The best thing that I like to do is start with this. So a tiny little bit of pawpaw. My top tip prior to this video would be to try and keep it moisturised as long as you can. So if you're not wearing makeup or right at night, pop a bit of this on, and in the morning it will turn a lot less dry. And you'll see a big difference. So I take the most tiny amount there, and I'm just going to dab it over there. So I would initially do this right at the beginning of my makeup. It's gone in really, really quickly, nice and simple. I would do my eyes, my eyebrows, then go and do my face, so it has time to sink in. So I would normally put foundation on, but as I said, I'm trying to keep my skin very, very clear because I know I've got a lot of events and dates in the diary coming up, so the clearer the skin, the better for me, and the quicker the makeup application. So the easiest way that I find to conceal, a lot of people always go, oh, you've got these concealer brushes, everything else. The best tool that you can use are your fingers. I find that it really warms the product, really pushes the product into the skin, and it just does give an even finish if you're not over producting it. So if you go and put a big dollop of concealer on, which is what we tend to do because we think, oh, the more product, the more we'll cover it up. You're wrong. The most small amount of product, set it, let it sit with powder, and it looks so much better than that dry, where you get the concealer all around the dry parts, etc. Like I said, I am very lucky that this is the only one that I've got at the moment, which is a very big rarity for me. But I use two different concealers. So this is generally because it's if I fake tanned or not. So this is the one that I use for if I've had a fake or if I've done my fake tan, just because it's a bit darker. It's the Kiko Skin Tone Concealer in 03. And then the next one that I use would be the Revolution Conceal and Define. We've all seen the videos on this. This is like a wonder product. It covers everything. I do use this on my under eye if I'm going out and I want a brighter look, but I don't use it for my everyday. I use a different one, which is the collection one, which you would have seen in a past video. Okay, so today I am going to use the Kiko one. I haven't fake tanned, but what I tend to do when I use this one is I'll use this and then I put bronzer on, etc. So I am going to use this one because I'm not putting anything on my face today. This is literally how I go to work every day, or hair in a ponytail. I'd rather than sleep. This is a really, really quick, easy way to do it. So take the most tiniest amount. Don't ever put it directly onto the spot because you're just going to cross-contaminate it. Always pop it onto a clean finger. Just pop a tiny amount on. Less is always more, and you can always add product rather than take it away. So if you feel like it's not concealing that much, you can always add a little bit more. The last thing you want is it to go all dry and cakey, which is exactly why I'm doing this video. So a tiny amount of product, you can see there. And it'll already start warming up when it's on your fingertip, and just gently place a little bit on the top so you can see that there. I then wipe the excess onto the top of my hand, and then I just gently pat it in. Okay, so as you can see, it hasn't concealed too much yet, but that's why I always wipe the excess on the back of my hand, because then I can go in and take a second step, let that settle for a minute, and then go in with the second lot. Okay. Again, tiny amount, wipe the excess off, and just dab, 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 dab. This is really the main thing, is to dab it away. And as you can see, the second coat has practically covered it. So that would be the best tip that you would find, is always use your finger. I also like to use my finger under my eye sometimes if I'm in a hurry. If it does ever go dry and you don't like how it's sitting, just use a damp beauty blender, or I use the Real Techniques complexion sponge. Dab it off and it will practically take off what you've popped on there, or it will disperse it out into the skin next to it, and just start again. But you'll notice a big difference when you start using a moisturiser over your blemishes. I know it seems daft because obviously blemishes and spots and things like that come up on oily skin, but when you've got oily skin, it's generally because your skin's overproducing it because you're not hydrating it enough. So as you can see, that has settled in. I'm quite happy with that. If not, you can go in and apply a third one, but again, a tiny amount, and just pat it through. And again, it's concealed, it's not completely disappeared, but if you have all your other foundation and things like that on, it would completely disappear. But because I'm not wearing anything else on my face at the moment, you could leave it like that, but you've got more chance of it smudging off, etc. So I like to go in either with a bronzer if you're bronzing up the forehead, or a setting powder. So for instance, if I'm just going like I am today to work, just using some of the Sephora Beauty Amplifier powder. I'm nearly out of this. My mum's off to America. She's there this week, actually. She goes today, which is the Monday. So I've asked her to bring me some of this back because it's so good. So literally a tiny amount, and I'm just going to buff it over the top. And there you have it. As easy as that. It's not gone dry, it's not gone scaly, and if you were to look at it from here, you would barely notice the difference. If you want to keep it moisturised, you can always use a setting spray. I really like the Elizabeth Arden Hydrating Mist if it's just for hydration rather than setting. So that's really nice during the week, just to refresh the face and get it all moisturised, ready for the day. It looks really glowy without that setting kind of power into it. Another one that I really want to try is the Vitamin E Mist by Superdrug. I've heard such good reviews about that, so keep an eye on my IGTV for a review on that one to see how it compares. But thanks for watching, and that's it. Concealed and ready to go.